Tak, s dovolením bych semka přivítal firmu SPS TechnoScreen, konkrétně Jana van Schajka a Mathiase Nesslera, kteří vám představí jejich portfolio, jejich práci, co se týče sítotiskových strojů od automatů až po, nebo spíš zpětně, až po standardní poloautomaty. Mathias, Jan, welcome here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And this is yours right now.
Functioneert dat jetzt? Functioneert dat ding?
Yes,
Ah,
I hear you.
okay. You can all hear me? Because I was planning to say good morning. But you know what? There was some guy here that had a very, very long presentation. Swiss clockwork, but he was out of the line. Anyway, thank you very much for the invitation. We're very happy to be here.
Exactly. Once again, thank you very much. In the morning, we saw a little bit of the supply chain and the pre and post-press systems. Now we want to go deeper with you in the machines and how SPS is handling your material in an industrial way. So SPS TechnoScreen is located in Wuppertal. And today, or let's start from the 1953. I was not born there, so but we developed the first stop cylinder principle at that time. So you see, we have a very long history. We bring a very deep knowledge and experience in that. Traditional machine manufacturer of high-speed stop cylinder screen printing machines with over 3,500 installations. This is what we can bring to you. That knowledge not only on the mechanical side, even on the operation and handling side of the machine. This is what brings us to the third point. It's focus on complete solutions. We are coming to this on a later stage. We are not bringing you a machine from the portfolio. We are more over focusing on a complete solution which brings high value to you. At that time, in 2009, we had a production in Hamburg. 2009, maybe someone here remember you. This year, 2008 and 2009, there was the financial crisis. Jan, you worked at that time with SPS. Maybe you can tell us something there.
Well, you just said the company founded in 1953. I'm not with that company that long, but a considerable time, yes. 2008, 2009, I was reading the news. There was a financial crisis, and on the news they said, "Oh, there's a big crisis. The supermarket has lost 2% of its turnover." And I was jealous because we lost 80% of our turnover. 2008 was a Drupa year, and we had a fantastic exhibition. Good sales, down payments. And in September of that year, people said, "You know what? Keep the down payment. I don't want the machine anymore." So we were in trouble. We were unable to keep our factory running. We had about 100 people working in Hamburg. And we were looking for a partner to take over production for us. And we found that in Taiwan, the company Atma. Atma is the world's largest manufacturer for flatbed systems. They were not producing any cylinder machines, but flatbed systems. And in hindsight, that was the best decision that we ever made. The partnership with Atma matured and is really a fantastic turnout for us.
Yeah, this is when you don't know a flatbed machine, you can see downstairs in the afternoon and we can show you something. Even SPS today, we have on the right side our demo center with more or less 5 complete running lines, machine drying system and stacking system. We have almost every second week a customer there for test print, for doing research. We also had projects with universities, so we are open for discussions, and we have the capability there. What we have else is active in 50 plus countries. So you saw on the first slide that we have more than 3,500 installations. in more than 50 countries. So we are very often in the plane, Jan. So even for R&D and designing, the strategic partnership is very strong, as Jan mentioned before, with Atma, even when we are working on a complete line solution, which is slightly different to our machine portfolio, but very often slightly is the challenge, but we like that challenge. Sales and marketing, service and spare parts supply from Wuppertal, from Germany. So we are very, yeah, how can I say?
We're well organized and we have very good service. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jan.
One word to the demo center. It's about 800 square meters. We have cylinder machines with cameras. We have cylinder machines traditional. We have flatbed machines with cameras. We have flatbed machines traditional. We have drying systems that can cure UV, that can do solvent-based, that have infrared, that have cooling systems. It is a real complete demo center. And as Matthias says, every second week, we have mostly industrial customers that come to our place and want to do printing and testing with their materials, their inks, and we are accommodating this.
Coming to the industries. On the left side, you see the industry where we are already active and we are still growing our business there. On the right side, we see some references and some current projects. Just to pick one out is, for example, the automotive interiors, displays and FIEM. It's going to this point here, printed and flexible electronics, also very often founded in the industrial zone. And we see quite good steps in the last years. I mean, we were at LOPEC this year and it was very successful for us. So printed electronics is no longer just an R&D, it's going more and more into the market.
Yeah, as you can see, there are quite a number of market segments. SPS once originated in ceramic decals. And ceramic decals for porcelain, for decoration on porcelain, tableware, is really high demanding in terms of registration. Very often they're talking 7 to 15 colors on one sheet. But the industry has shifted, and today I'm proud when we see screen printing as Matthias, what's your name again? As Andreas said, still alive. If I see printed electronics and you read there, diapers, and printed electronic inlay in a diaper is sensing a moisture. And you know, when we are born, we need diapers. But if you're unfortunate and you get very old, you might also need a diaper. And this technology in screen is now improving the quality of life, because when Mr. X in room number Y is wetting his pants, there is a light in the control room that says, hey, nurse, you need to get him a dry diaper. That is really good. Makes me proud. Screen printing is really a very good contribution in this portion of the society.
Yeah, fully agree. Even on the biomedical side, muscle activating, when you are laying in a hospital and you got an, unfortunately very strong operation, then sometimes you need electronics to activate your muscles again. This is something what we had in the demo center, what we discussed. So every day, every meeting with a printed electronics user is very interesting for us. Coming to our machines. We have on the left side our traditional machines, which is the SPS Vitessa XP57 and 71 and the Vitessa SL71. You can see here a picture. It's full equipped with mechanical things, some electrical parts, like photosensors and even a touch display. Touch display is something what we like and what we enlarged on the right side. It's the new generation, the Astron QX57. This machine is really the state of the art. It's camera controlled. It is with an 21 inch touchscreen display. So even I can use that machine because it's so simple to use. And what can you say about the QX, Jan? What makes you happy with that machine?
No, both of them make me happy. What you see on the left-hand side, the XP series and the SL series are machines that have been in operation for 30 plus years. There's nothing wrong with a mechanical machine. It will last and it has a perfect registration. But what you see on the right-hand side is the result of the cooperation that we have with Atma, where the technical know-how of two companies come together. And having said that, the experience that Atma had with servos and cameras and helped us a lot to come to the development of this machine.
Remaining on the QX, we start from the left side. We have a slide-in, slide-out frame. Sometimes during the production, you need to clean the screen. We heard about the mesh and the ink, or the ink we will hear later from Mario. But the mesh is really something what we need to clean during the production, and then we need quick action. And that makes a slide-in, slide-out system. You slide it in, and it's 100% in registration. You press play, and the machine is running without any waste afterwards. This also, thanks to the linear drive system, it's no longer in mechanical one. It is in system, which is very accuracy and in a modern way developed. You were part of linear drive system, Jan?
No, you would over-ask me if you would really ask me to explain a linear drive system. The only thing that I know is that it works with magnetics and it's based on the same principle as the Japanese bullet train is working. But other than that, I don't know too much about it. But what you have on the left-hand side is much more important because that machine is now developed with other ideas behind it. Ergonomics. Ergonomics on screen printing machines is terrible. It's really horrible. And what you showed there, the slide-out, slide-in screen, we all have experience when we work, particularly on flatbed machines, and you need to clean the screen on the underside. You have to maneuver yourself in an impossible way, you're hurting your back, and you need to clean the screen. With this, you just slide it out, you can even determine what height you want to have it, and you can stand next to the machine. And having said that, I think today we all have problems in motivating young people to become a screen printer. And I can understand them, because the old-fashioned of screen printing is not an easy job, it's a dirty job. This makes it simply more efficient and more friendly.
More friendly is even that page, what we can see on the HMI. It's the recipe page. We also have a kitchen at home, and sometimes we use recipe. That machine also have a kitchen inside and the recipe, and you can insert some parameters, some slightly changes. Press save the save button, and you can find it in next year or in the year after. Standing here on that page, we can see that as a young guy like me, let's say like this, we have a run page. You click on the run page, you press play, and the recipe will automatically done by the machine. Even the adjustment of the feeding system, even the adjustment of the screen, of the cameras, of everything. This is what we can do in the demo center, Jan, right?
Yeah, we can. Two things about this. First of all, this is a working page. The front page is actually looking like your iPad or your iPhone with all kinds of icons. So it's very intuitive working with it. What you see here is indeed the recipes. We want to lift screen printing from a graphic process that it was 10 years ago to an industrial process what it is today. So that means if you are in an industry, you want to produce on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and next year exactly the same product. And that means that you need to take control about your mesh, about your exposure, your washing, your ink viscosities and everything. But you need to control your machine. And you don't do this for your off contact anymore. You say a value. That is what I want. Because if I do it that way, I can repeat it exactly the next day and the next year.
This was SPS. Now we are coming to the Atma range, and we want to present you 3 machines in total. We start with the TF68. This is the machine. You may find that the HMI looks similar to the QX. This is right. It's even, what Jan said, a very intuitive operation. But we have here, we can see the table, the flat table. We have here the feeding system, and we have cameras here inside too. Is there something to add from your side?
Well, the rather unique thing about both the cylinder that you saw, this machine, is that we now, because we have camera registration systems, we can now combine a digital preprint with a screen postprint. Now, the faster and modern digital machines, an HP Indigo, fantastic machine, the color is fantastic. But you know what? The registration color to color is perfect. But the registration image to sheet edge is shit. It really moves 1.5 millimeters over the sheet. So if you're using traditional machine with sheet edge registration, you're lost. You get a preprint, there's no way that you can do a series in registration. And these machines, they look at the reference points, they adjust the screen, and then they print. And they do that every print again and again. So this opens a complete new possibility for companies to combine 2 different printing technologies and have screen printing match it.
These are some features what we would like to show you. And one thing, it was mentioned by Sefa, by Roland, center to center image position. The center is the best position to print an image, and this machine is capable to do that. This is what Jan told you with the camera and the maybe pre-printed sheets. So this machine is ready for that and can deliver you very good results. Even here we have the retractable sliding frame and a gripper takeoff system.
Wait a second here. Would like to tell you something about it. We are all familiar with a large range of flatbed printing machines with gripper takeoff systems. And we've accepted that if you have a gripper takeoff system, you always put the sheet in this position. That means you always put the image in your screen in this position, close to the edge of the screen, in a corner. If I ask the screen experts here, where is the most stable portion of your screen? You come to the center, not in the corners. Is that a problem if you do a graphic print and you allow 1/10 of registration problems? No, no problem at all. But if you go to the industry, you go to printed electronics, then 1/10 is a world. We're talking 10 and 15 microns, not 1/10 of a millimeter. So being able to expose your image in the center of your screen is opening up a more high precise and high accurate portion that was not possible in screen printing before.
This is also the latest technology in large format. We can see on the last bullet point, maximum printing area, 1 meter by 1.6 meter, including a scratch-free unique vacuum takeoff system. So you see, yesterday we learned that almost this size is the screen here, and we can take this vacuum takeoff, camera registration. So this is something what we developed in the last years, and the announcement was one year ago, something like this.
Something like that. Most of the flat-bed machines use gripper systems. And if you have a gripper system, then very often the table is sliding away under it. Now, coming back, industrial printing, printed electronics, higher demands, we are going to print on plastic materials, very often transparent or semi-transparent, very scratch sensitive. This machine has a takeoff system where a vacuum portion picks the sheet up like this, transports it out, and puts it down. No scratch at all.
This was our printing machines. Drying technology today. On this picture, you can see our range of drying technologies. Starting with the TurboStar system, it is built in sections. So this is just an example. We can enlarge that system, or we can reduce that. That is possible according to your needs, according to your drying temperature. Drying is also a key point in screen printing, Jan. Is that
As a matter
right?
of fact, I've been in sales for screen printing machines for quite a number of years, and the most difficult thing to sell is a dryer. Why? It's a box. It's a big metal box. So, if my colleague competitor is offering also a big metal box, then why would mine be better than his? That's a tough story, until you start to think about it. For drying solvent-based or water-based inks, there is only 3 elements. It's temperature. Okay. High temperature, a lot of energy, expensive, and it will affect the size of my sheets. Not too good. It's time. The longer I make a dryer, the easier it dries. But I don't have that space. And then it's air. That sounds easy, it's air. But make the comparison. When my mother was going to the hairdresser in the old days, they would put one of these things on her head to dry the hair. It would take her an hour before it go up. Red hairs, because it was hot. So today, you have an air gun, and in 30 seconds, your hair is dry. Basically, the dryers are doing the same thing. So the difference between the one box and the other box is the way that you control your airflow in a dryer.
On the right side, we have a wicked dryer, and if I'm not wrong, one of you guys are working in the ceramic decal industry, and this is something very popular there, but also for some other applications, we sold that in the last years.
There's some industrial application as well.
Yeah.
This, by the way, is an industrial wicked dryer that you see. It's a heated system. The wicked dryer has its origin in ceramic decals, and there you're using just the air around it because you don't want to add any heat to the surface.
Here we can see something what is also important is the SPS Frigopack. It's a heat exchanger because we have a cooling section there. Especially in the glass industry, it's important to cool the material down. Otherwise, the operator will be out of work for some weeks. But the heat exchanger is something what we can include or exclude from our system. Depends on the layout and your space.
It's not only the glass industry. It's a lot of
But glass,
lot of plastic,
heat,
a lot of plastic industry as well. And indeed, you want to have your sheet out at around 20-25 degrees C, because also for the next step, a pile that is in a controlled temperature is a hell of a lot better than a pile that is 40 degrees. Because if you pile it up with 40 degrees, in 2 days it will be only 38. It goes down very slow. There's one downside. If we have a hot box, and then we want to have a cool box, we are investing in energy to heat this up. And now we're investing in energy to cool it down. What helps a lot is if we make a split belt system between the hot airs and the cold air sections. Because the belt itself is a transportation of heat. So I heat it up in the heating sections, then let's say I have 100 micron material or 120 micron material. That, compared to the belt volume, the material is nothing. The belt is the big danger there. So I can advise, if you go for heat exchanger and cold systems, also invest in the split belt systems.
In UV dryer, it's a little bit shorter. Also, we find this also in industrial printing companies. We have some systems we want to highlight. It's an easy access to the UV lamps, so you can check that. You can replace it by sliding out and sliding in. We have a pneumatic hood opening. Otherwise, we need 2 guys, heavy, strong, to open that hoods. And we have an IR system to heat the material up on the entrance.
The pneumatic hood lifters are common in our range, both in the UV dryers and in the traditional dryers. In UV dryers, they might be even more important because, as sad as it is, sometimes you have a fire in a UV dryer. And then it's good if you just push the button and the damn thing opens, instead of having to ask your colleague to lift up the hood, which is supported by gas struts, but the gas struts are 8 years old, so they don't do the job that good anymore. Pneumatics is better. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's better.
Coming to the last machine part for today, it's the flatbed roll-to-roll with camera registration. We just want to show you that the length and how the machine looks like. Maybe someone of you knows the older technology without camera, very simple machine. Atma has introduced that machine a few years ago for blood testing stripes. And they decided to include an horizontal dryer at the end. So you have here the winding stations in the front and in the back, and you can just replace that web easily.
Just the other way around. In the front you have the unwinding system,
The
and
unwinding.
in the back you have the
You're
winding
right.
system.
Thank you.
But other than that, it's quite correct, yes.
After-sales service from Germany. And this is what we want to highlight. It's we have here Service Centrum, which is also supporting us in after-sales, in customer visits, in to be close to your needs. And we also are able to do that from Wuppertal with 5 service engineers with remote control. We are doing this together. And communication between back office. This means, we heard it in the morning, that we are talking about Industrial 4.0 and 5.0, and our machines are ready for that too.
Yeah, what can be said is that these machines are all equipped with modems and shit. So I would say 90% of the problems we do online. And it's only when there is really something really dangerous or bad that we have to send out our engineers. But yep, we have 5 engineers flying around the world.
And the maintenance service is also something we need to highlight sometimes, that the machine needs some treatment, some grease, some oil. The last point is the important for us. Less downtime, more production volume means your machines are capable to running 24/7 when you are doing the maintenance frequently. Right?
Right it is. Thank you very much.
This is our statement. Printers everywhere, we deliver the technology. Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys.